Hello, my crafty friends. I'm so glad you could stop by today. You're watching Cardz TV, and this is Mary, and today we're going to be working on card number 8 in the 12 Days of Christmas card series. I was looking at some magazines the other day, and I saw this absolutely gorgeous card on the back of one of the magazines. It's made with Spellbinder products, and it was made by Letitia Yost, and I think it's just gorgeous. She did such a wonderful job on this card, and I wanted to make one like it. I don't have any Spellbinders, dies, or anything, but I do have my Cricut and my cartridges. So I went looking through my cartridges, and in, let's see, the Lyrical Letters cartridge, this is an older cartridge, I found a beautiful lacy looking Christmas tree. It's not exactly like this one, of course, but it's still really, really pretty. And it's on page 67. Here it is. I think it turned out so pretty. Now, I cut this at 4 inches, and I did use multi-cut, and I cut it twice so that I wouldn't have to punch out all these little bits and pieces, and when I pulled it off the mat, most of them stuck, so I didn't have to do a lot of work to this. But here it is right here under Connected on page 67. And I really like the way that looks. So then I wanted to do some pretty mats and things, just like Letitia's card. My card is white. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I took my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper, and I used the 1/2 inch side. And I'm dropping some pieces of it right there. And I rounded the corners on my card. And I need a mat to put my tree on. And I needed a Cuttlebug folder that was going to look similar, because I thought that was one of the things in Letitia's card that made it so beautiful, was the embossed background. So I pulled out my Elegant Edges cartridge, and on page 38 I cut this oblong and this shadow out of white. I'll show you those. And I cut these at 5 inches. Here's the shadow, and here's the oblong that goes on top, and you can see this beautiful embossing. Well, to get that, I used my Cuttlebug textile folder. I just think it's so elegant and so beautiful. These are cut at 5 inches. I'm going to adhere these together and then pop this up on 1 thickness of foam tape and add this to the front of my card, so I'll have a beautiful background for my tree. Okay, I've got my 2 mats adhered together. I've got it on 1 thickness of foam tape, and I put extra because I want to make sure this is a nice, flat, even surface for my tree. And this shadow just about goes from one side to the other because it's cut at 5 inches. So I'm lining that up. There we go. There's the base. Now I've also got my tree on some little tiny pieces of foam tape on 1 thickness, and I'm going to add that right there. And what I did for my rhinestones, I only had some clear ones in 2 sizes. I got this tiny size and a little bit bigger size. And to get that color, I used a big marker. I didn't have gold. This one is called Yellow Blaze, which looks kind of dark, but when you put it on the clear rhinestone, it comes out at just about the right color. And I used my little pick-me-up stick to pick up the rhinestones off that little piece of acrylic and put them on my tree where I wanted them. And I'm going to add one of the bigger ones in each one of these corners. It'll be a little bit different than Letitia's, but because my card is rounded on the corners, it just needs something else up there. So I'm going to go ahead and add those. And you can see this little pick-me-up stick works sometimes and other times it doesn't. There we go. And I'll just put one in each corner. Okay, I've got all my rhinestones in the corners, and I took the backing off the foam tape on my tree and I've adhered it to the front. I think that is so pretty. Now, Letitia had added a banner across her tree that said Merry Christmas, and I really wanted to add my banner down here. So I got out the Artiste cartridge, and on page 35 I found this one right here under Accent 2 that I really liked. So I cut out the base out of white and then the frame also out of white at 3/4 of an inch. And let me show you that. And I've got this on 1 thickness of foam tape. And for Merry Christmas, I used the Cardz TV Tiny Tidings. There's Merry Christmas right there, and it was the perfect size for this banner. And I just curved it a little bit on my stamp block before I stamped it. And I used some Memento Tuxedo black ink, and then added a rhinestone to each side. And we're going to add this right down here at the bottom, and we will have this done. And I think it turned out so pretty. Here's card number 8 in the 12 card series. Thank you so much to Letitia Yost for inspiring me to make this version of your card. I just think it's so pretty and so elegant, and it was so quick and easy. I think I'm going to make some more of these. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.